Hey yo, it's the Sunday Morning Magic Show. Where have I been? Doesn't matter. YouTube doesn't show my stuff to many people. And Sunday's not a great upload day, I don't think. Anyway, that's not why I do this. I'm only crying a little bit there. I don't use social media like to build a following or to make money. I do it mostly just to push myself to finish my routines to the point where they could be videoed and seen by a bunch of people, especially on Instagram. I get a lot more views on Instagram, a lot more followers, at least for the short stuff. Anyway, and that just kind of forces me to stay on point because I get really sort of off. So I was super busy in December. I got 2 grandkids coming this year. My daughter is pregnant. You may have seen her gender reveal that she asked me to do. I was proud to do with her and her husband, my son-in-law. It's a couple of videos back. It's got the cool deck from the shirt thing, and I do Alan Rorison's EVP to lead into it, and a card thing. Anyway, it's kind of cool. It's good magic. I think it's a nice little routine. So if you ever need to do a gender reveal, check out that video to help you get some ideas, just to get you spitballing. Anyway, then January came and the whole Blackpool thing happens and all the new releases come out, and I love the Blackpool reviews because I'm over in Canada, so I've never gotten over to Blackpool yet. But also I was all hyped up about the moon vanishing that Dave still hasn't done, although he has recently sort of vaguely addressed that fact, so I guess we're still looking forward to it. But the moon thing, I wanted to vanish the moon, and so coins make sense, right? You know, I made myself these. Well, first I bought some moon coins, and they're beautiful in person, but they don't show up really well on camera. So I made these moon coins with slugs and stickers. I don't know if you can see that. And then I kind of came up with this, my own sort of personal 1, 2, boom, vanish, which is sort of my idea, but standing on the backs of giants, right? And that led me down the whole coin magic place where I haven't been in a long time. I did rubber bands for a very long time, still love them, still do them a lot. And a new rubber band thing is coming out from Dr. Cyril soon, which should be amazing. But I haven't done coins. And so I've been getting lost in coins and routining coin stuff and kind of like refining some of my old techniques. Like that's an old technique that I've repurposed and adjusted for me, so I could do it anywhere, anytime, and it could be done with any coin. And it's a very cool vanish. You can vanish the coin, show your hand empty on both sides, and then bring it back, but you don't have to do it the John Cornelius Fickle Nickel way, which is, I love that effect. It's like my favorite coin effect of all time, but it's just been not practical for me for EDC, or even for parlor, because I always have so much crap on me. Anyway, so I went down the coin rabbit hole and didn't get back to coming here, but there is a reason I'm here today, very specific, for a cool contest. And it's because of Monster Magic. If you haven't heard of monstermagic.com, it's a magic shop. Alex, formerly of Prop Dog, has his own magic online sales, and what's amazing about him is his review show, my favorite review show. Fiddlin' Johnny's review show is a very close second, and a video or 2 down from this one, you'll see why, because he introduced me to something phenomenal that you guys need to know about if you don't know about. But for today, let's talk about my favorite show, Monster Magic Review Show, on Saturday mornings. It inspired me to do Sunday Morning Magic Show. It's got that sort of get up and watch cartoons and play with your magic on a Saturday morning sort of feel to it that most of us geeky magicians can relate to. And Alex is an excellent reviewer, which is funny because I clashed with him the first time I really sort of got to know his point of view when he was with Prop Dog. He reviewed Omega by Max Major, which I really like. Just an amazing thrown out deck effect that can be used in a lot of different ways. Sort of almost fail proof, which is why I like it. And he didn't like it. He thought it was way overpriced, and he even went to the trouble of showing how easily he could make a copy of it cheaply and quickly. I didn't think his copy was up to snuff. I mean, he had the idea, and it wouldn't take a lot of refinement, but for the amount of work needing to be done, anyway, the point being, he was just very gracious with me about that particular review, and I took a real liking to him from then on, and I've been trying to make sure to support him with his new endeavor, because Dave Bonzel of Prop Dog moved off to, I believe, Wales, and didn't want to keep a brick and mortar place, and sort of Alex was sort of left, you know. He obviously is very, very knowledgeable about magic, very well read in magic, young enough to have a lot of energy to put into it, but old enough to have a lot of experience. So it's just, his review and his choices of what he sells is just top notch, top shelf all the way. So I wanted to support him, especially since I had won Jackie Lou's 3-card Monte, which is an amazing little trick, using stands to do the 3-card Monte, making it super visual and easy to do for almost anyway. Perfect trick if there was someone, you know, in your life that wanted to learn how to do magic. It's just one of those great tricks that plays for both, you know, even at the professional level and the amateur level. And I won it, and I'd always said to myself, I want to promote Monster Magic, the review show, and the online shop, monstermagic.com, on this show, so I'll give this away in a contest. And not only that, I'm adding in my Houdini escape. You may have seen me do that. I adapted it for a Joker at one point. So you're just putting the card in the jail and bolting it in place, and then it slips out. And it's so friggin' fooling. It's such an old trick, but it's so friggin' fooling. Everybody I've ever shown it to is like immediately flabbergasted by it. So I built it into a Joker routine, which plays good, but the Houdini thing is fantastic too. And I'm also throwing in the Street Magic deck for collectors. It's still closed. This is the Street Magic deck. I believe Illusionist released this, and it's both cool and cheesy at the same time, so that's going to be part of the package. And as well, the next trick coming up, I hope you watch, because if you like it, I'll teach it to you. It's a very old trick that I had completely forgotten about until I saw the resurgence of the coin in the bottle. I forget the guy's name that teaches it. I downloaded it. Very cool effect where a penny goes in the bottle. Just an amazing, ingenious idea. But it reminded me of an old bottle cap in a bottle trick, which I do with just a Coke pop bottle now, but you could do it with a beer bottle. It's a really good anytime, anywhere trick that only requires a little bit of setup, and it just kills. And it seems long forgotten about. I don't know why. It's from decades ago, like when I was maybe 10, 11 years old or something like that, and that's like more than 4 decades ago. Anyway, it's a very cool trick. I got a buddy who's a defector from Cuba years ago in the 80s, and I bring the Coca-Cola bottle in, and there's a funny little story. Anyway, it was a fun little trick and a routine, and if you want and you win, I'll also video exactly how that's done and be glad to help teach you it and answer questions. Very, very simple. You don't need much to do it. Cool method. That's about it. One more thing, I'd love to hear your comments on this. The Sunday Morning Magic Show is kind of a hard format to keep up because I can't necessarily do it every Sunday. I don't know, the format is a little bit constrained, even though I like it. I would need a much bigger following to be able to commit to doing it more regularly, but I would like to do Magician Drive. My wife bought me this for Christmas. Isn't that freaking cool? I thought the show should just be Magician Drive, and it could be a much more open format, and I could do that regularly. So that I'm not just doing tricks, or I'm not just doing a tutorial, but I'm doing a little bit of discussion. And I like to do giveaways. I like to do contests. not to try to buy likes or buy friends, but I've got so much friggin' magic. And there's so much stuff that people don't know about that other magicians need shared with them. And I think contests and giveaways are a good way to go. I just won a bunch of stuff from conjurer.com, Doug's live show, and I almost forgot about it till just now. Anyway, I'll probably forward that stuff on too. Anyway, I'd like to know what you think about the idea of me doing Magician Drive. And that's about it. Enter the contest. Here's how you do it. You go look at Monster Magic's Blackpool review show. It's the best review from Blackpool that you will see. There's lots of good ones. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of good ones. But Monster Magic, Alex's, is fantastic. He goes around Blackpool with his couch and he stops and he gets people to show him magic and interview them. It's perfect. Go watch that, subscribe to Monster Magic, the review show, like it, and just put MB, Magic Buzz, MB in the comments so I know you were there. If you do that, I'll enter you in the contest for this stuff. And then when I announce the winner back here, I'll be asking you a very simple question about something from that Blackpool review show that he did, just to make sure that you did watch the video, because he needs the watch time. He just went over 1,000 subscribers, which is something we've been pushing for, so that he could do some live shows, which I think would be really cool, because I'd like to be able to ask him questions live, maybe comment back and forth a bit, because he is on the other side of the big pond from Canada here, so it would help people like me get to know him better. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening to all my rambling, and I will see you next time. Keep magicking.
Okay.
Hold on. Did you guys have Coca-Cola in Cuba in like the 70s and 80s?
No, never.
You didn't have Coca-Cola there?
Nope.
And
It was more like we have like a drink.
Yeah.
Similar, but it was never called like Coca-Cola, or because it was, in Cuba it was very anti-American.
So you weren't allowed to have Coca-Cola?
We were not allowed, exactly. They didn't even know. Most people didn't even know. They knew.
You weren't allowed to have beautiful Coca-Cola?
For us, it was like a luxury, like a dream come true if we had one. We had like a little drink, like a similar drink, but it was called like something.
So did you know of Coca-Cola?
I knew of Coca-Cola, but I never even, when I was in Cuba, I never tried.
But you knew of it, like you knew that the drink actually existed.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's many sources that we can always check from the life.
Did you long to taste it?
Of course. For us, like I said, it was like a dream come true to have something like this.
Well, there's something amazing about Coca-Cola that you probably don't know.
You're making me want right now.
Well, you can have it afterwards. So is it one of the first things you had when you came to Canada? Did you have a Coke?
Well, I had it in Poland.
Oh, you had it in Poland when you went there?
Yes.
Ah, interesting.
Because I knew about Coca-Cola, but I wanted to finally get a taste.
There's something very interesting about Coke. Can you see me okay?
Yep.
There's something very interesting about Coca-Cola that you might not know. They're not screw lids, right? They have maintained the pop top.
Right.
So screw lids are great because in the recycle world, you can just put them back on and recycle the whole thing.
That's right.
But not Coke bottle lids. So you end up with these Coke caps everywhere, and people were complaining about them. So they've invented a way to store the cap. Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know that?
Don't tell me the cap is gonna go inside.
Are you ready?
Oh my god.
1, 2, this is for Cuba.
That is, and I swear here.
Can you see it?
Fucked up.
Check it. Make sure it's in there.
Oh my god. You are
Look at it.
absolutely crazy.
It can't come out of it. That's how you store them in Coke bottles.
Damn it.
Isn't that cool?
This is insane, man.
Can you get it out of there?
I 開けなければ、意味が分けなければ多分。
Ta-da!